I'm Jason Vaughan and you're watching Food Mood. I travel pretty much for food and I help create guides so that other people can eat the best food when they go traveling. I'm in Madrid, Spain. Second time I've been in the city. Love Spanish culture and I love Spanish food. This time I'm searching for a mix of classic restaurants, some hidden gems, and some alternative modern eats, the ones that you won't usually find in those traditional food guides. At the end, I'm going to tell you what I think you can't miss and then what you have to try when you're here in Spain.
This is Casa del Abuelo, and this is the place you want to go for garlic shrimp. It's a Madrid institution, been around since 1906, and if you're a seafood lover, gotta get some prawns here. I've ordered the garlic shrimp, which is their classic, you must get it, and then I've gone for the grilled red prawns, some big kahunas here. Before I get into the food, got some vermouth on tap. This is a little alcoholic beverage, a fortified sweet wine to get your stomach hungry for those prawns. That's surprisingly refreshing. When you think of like fortified wine, think of something very dense and heavy. This is super drinkable. Whoa. Ones have just arrived. They come sizzling on the table and then starts to bubble away and it's nice and still. These are big shrimp and you can see a nice glossy layer on top. I can see bits of fried garlic. There's like a pool of olive oil and garlic. There's just some prawns around it. They're swimming, absolutely drowned. They're so soft. Oh, they smell incredible. Strong garlic. Oh. Holy shit. They are so creamy. I expected like a harder texture, but they're so soft. Just crushed it without even trying to chew. So you can see olive oil dripping off. There's that garlic, parsley, no butter involved. It's just pure olive oil. I could eat this all day. Another essential is getting some bread. Some of this thick, crusty bread in Spain. Nice and hard on the outside so it maintains its shape. Then you got to use it in two ways. No shit, you got to dip it into the olive oil and soak it up, just mop up all that juice. But also use it as a spoon. Let's get into this. Whoa. Absolutely swimming, and that bread is now so soft, so soaked. And a chili on as well. Oh yeah, need that bread, need it to soak up all that sauce. Second seafood item we're trying here are the red shrimp. These ones are simply grilled whole on la plancha, so the grill itself. They're lightly seasoned with sea salt and a dash of lemon on the side. And I think that's pretty much it. It's a very simple process. That's what Spain's all about. Super high quality produce and very simple cooking. Let's have a look at these bad boys. Oh, still warm. I'm gonna take off his head first. Oh, so much juice coming out. Nice. I'll get into this in a second. Look at all that red head juice as well. I'm gonna peel this first one, but I think the next one I might just try and eat it with this shell on. We'll see how that goes. Oh, fuck this. Oh man. That is unbelievably creamy. Something about Spain and super creamy prawns. And that just dash of salt really helps it out. I'm not even sure if it needs lemon. It's just an unbelievably creamy seafood item. And that is what I am all about. Eat it just with the shell. Yeah, shell's so light, you can just eat it by itself. That's going to save me a lot of peeling, so you don't have to see that botched up job again. Last thing, head juice. Oh, that is rich. I love it. Somehow I've eaten a seafood meal and completely gotten away with not tainting my white shirt, at least as far as I can see. Way to the next food stop and walk past this street and it's absolutely heaving. They've got multicolored umbrellas on top, so many tourists, so many picturesque looking shops. It's pretty cool, but the next stop is only a couple minutes away. I'm at Pez Tortilla right now. Kitchen is closed, but I still managed to grab myself here. They do a lot of craft beers from around the world and Spain too. This one is a super hazy IPA. Loving that gold glass. Oh yeah. another crack at getting a tortilla. It's like 4:30 to 6:30, the kitchen's closed. Got to have a tasty IPA. But now I'm gonna try and go back. I wanna show you the tortilla and I wanna show you the croquetas. To a Pez, they're cooking some dinner. Starting off with a Tinto Verano. This is a top recommendation by a mate. He said that Madrid tour guides said the locals don't really drink sangria that much and they get Tinto de Verano. Lighter, spritzier version of wine mixed with soda. This one has Tempranillo, so usually it's like a dark, heavy red wine, very famous in Spain. But when they mix it with soda, it's super refreshing. You could actually drink that all day. It's sweet with that red wine taste, but the main thing, it really is like nice and uplifting, super refreshing. Got the two main dishes here. The first one is the classic tortilla. It's the tortilla de patatas, so you got potato all inside this gooey omelette, served with 2 pieces of bread. And the second thing is the croquetas. This one is a mushroom and truffle, and I believe it's got a pretty creamy bechamel filling. First up, some of the omelette. Turn it around, you can just see it's so gooey. It's not like a traditional Western egg omelette, or a Thai omelette for that matter. We're gonna cut this up. Oh, it's got that fried oil smell to it. Oh yeah. Eggs for dinner, creamy, salt and pepper, that pan fried taste as well. I love it. Chuck some of that egg on top. I do enjoy an edible spoon, but I like the egg by itself more. Next year I've got the croquetas. So these fried cheesy mushroom truffle balls. It's like a very white Japanese panko crumb on the outside. That's what it feels like. I'm pretty sure it's not. And it's quite soft. I'm worried about crushing it just when I hold it. Mushroom and truffle flavour, super filly in there, and it was like a light potato texture too. Wow. They do heaps of craft beers here as well, random selection by the tin. Basically, if you like super hazy, super fruity, juicy IPAs, and you don't know what to order, just look for the hop citra. What I'm looking for. That tortilla was banging. I would have had another one, but I have to save stomach room for the next spot that I'm heading to. One tip, if you do go there, one of the servers said that you should also try not only the classic tortilla, but apparently the goat's cheese tortilla is fire. You've been following me for a while, you know I'm a massive fan of nose-to-tail cooking. This is an upscale tapas place, which is pretty modern and kind of weird inside. You will find food from Spain and other regions, high quality produce, but it's been cooked very differently, so don't expect anything traditional here. First off, we have some Spanish olives with lemon and barley powder on. Everything's gonna be really funky tonight, so I will do my best to remember the ingredients. And starting with a cava, a Spanish sparkling wine. First we've got the starter olives. Oh, they're really hot. That barley powder that's bizarre, having that stuff on the olive. It's really cool. You never really have olives hot after the cava. Yep. I'm starting to grow more on cava since I've been in Spain. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. I think I've only had the cheapest cava ever before. This one seems to be quality. This is the artichoke, first dish of the night. Best eaten with your hands. It is confit, then fried. There is lime and avocado, little squeeze on the side here, imperial caviar, and there's some gold salt as well. Oh, I fucking love this. Quite sweet on the inside from the artichoke. It doesn't really have that super earthy flavor. What a bite. Yolk, pancetta, I believe that's foie gras underneath, Rolex, and it's being brulee. You just gotta eat it straight away. Oh, it's slippery. We get my fork for this. Holy Jesus, man. There is so much fattiness in that one bite. Creamy yolk, super silky pancetta fat. The foie gras, of course, is just like, you know, high quality, next level. So bloody decadent, so oily in the best way possible. So this is the chulaton rolled up product. There's tartufo, something red. This is what it looks like before, and that's what it was like when the chefs rolled it. Got a juicy bit of meat here, all the bits inside of it, tartufo, red sauce, and a slice of ribeye. Yeah, that's definitely up there with some of the best carpaccio I've ever had. Bit of red, bit of tartufo, mushroom, truffle thingo, and then I've got to roll it up with one hand. Fuck. Oh, mate. Shocking job. But this is why the chefs do it. Not too bad though. Definitely tastes better when they do it. But that is delicious. Next dish is really cool. It's the crystal prawn. It's like tiny deep fried shrimps from Italy, coated in peri-peri, and it's served with the wine. Fuck, I dropped one. Oh yeah. Like prawn chip. That's so cool. Oh, broke the stem on my bell end. Oh, that's interesting. I'm a sucker for a fried pork chest, so steamed isn't really doing it for me, but the sauce is so cool. And everything here is so fun. Love to try the local wines over here. This one is a local Albarino white wine grape. You can find it in Spain, especially across the north of Spain. It's going to go well with the seafood. Yeah. I love Albarino. Whenever you have it with seafood, it's very saline, slight salty taste. This one's got even less of a salty taste. It's super light. Mate who doesn't really like white wine, this would be a good one to start on because it's not like super strong, oaky, like a big old Chardonnay. It's just an easy drinking white. Grand finale here. This is the octopus, the big octopus tentacle. You've got big octopus tentacle, the sauce you can see in the middle. The red one is the Greek maramara. So you've got tomato and anise, and then the black stuff in the middle, ink sauce. I get around anything that is squid ink. I love getting into the tail. Oh, that olive oil all around it. Let's mix up this ink sauce. Out of control. Octopus is so soft. The sauce is so savory. The umami from that ink sauce too. That is bloody excellent.
Present candy.
Pepper.
Se va con el tomate a la 3-1.
La plancha con aceite de oliva y sal.
Y sale a la 2-1. 103 podemos hacer.
Desserts have arrived and been prepared, and they are insanity. The first is the pepper ice cream wrapped in cotton candy with strawberry and freshly salted black pepper. I have no idea what that's going to be like. The second one is a brie cheese flan, caramelized pine nuts, and then they said to the berries on top with it. So I don't know what they said. I'm going to trust them here. Look at this one. Look at this. Man, it is just so soft on the outside. Cotton candy on the bottom. You can see the pepper. Okay. It is definitely peppery, which seems like you wouldn't want that on dessert. But because the cotton candy is so sweet, it balances out. It's super interesting to taste buds have no idea what's going on. Now for this flan, I'm gonna get some caramelized pine nuts. That's what I'm saying, it's creamy, but that is so creamy. It reminds me of like avocado milk cheese, and then the caramelized pine nuts are just little like sweet Rice Krispies. It's definitely a good finish up because that other one has a savoury component. This one is just nice and light and sweet. Forgot to sign out last night. One of the most unique feeds I've ever had. Possibly one of the best meals I've ever had. I'm still thinking about it. Everything was so unique, so creative, super fun, an incredible meal. This time we're going to a place called Chocolat. We're gonna get some churros. I am in Chocolat and instantly I've ordered the churros and the burros. The churros are the little heart-shaped tiny churros, and the burros are these massive long sticks. This thing is ridiculous. That is like 3/4 of my arm length. And then you'll also get the chocolate. Everything here is handmade, and they just have like a massive like boiler of it. They just flick the switch and then it just starts pouring out, and you can smell it straight away. Just like a nice thick mixture of chocolate here, or a thick layer on top anyway. I think you gotta try just the churros by itself first. Wow, so simple. They're not super oily, which is fantastic. There's not a lot of sweetness to it as well, and that's what the chocolate will be there for. They just use a combination of flour, salt and water. There's no extra sugar added. And then they let the batter sit for a little bit before it's fried in hot sunflower oil. And they use that so you don't get that super oily texture. So if you've ever had churros that are really oily and greasy, it's probably because they're not using the right oil. Breaking some service tension, there's like a layer on top. Unbelievable. I'm gonna try to put this layer on. Oh wow. So it's like a darker chocolate with a bit more intensity. It's not as dense as I thought. It's quite light when it's on the churro, but it gives that little kick of sweetness, which makes the churro even better. For the big wayfarers now, this is like a dinosaur mode almost. Okay. Got more crunch on the outside, but it is lighter and fluffier on the inside there. Maybe a little bit more oil to it as well. Maybe it has to spend more time cooking in there so it cooks the inside. We're gonna need more chocolate. I'm not sure which one I like better more with the chocolate. This one's interesting because like the chocolate soaks up on the inside a little bit more, so maybe it's a better vessel for it. I think you have to get both, and you should tell me what you think is better when you come here. Maybe I'm leaning towards this burro, but I love the churro. I love the churro as well. Definitely, not that I eat churros on the reg, but definitely best churros I've ever been to. Needed a coffee fix this morning in Madrid. So I've stumbled upon a place called News and Coffee. It's sort of like a modern newsstand. They're just trying to bring back the humble newsstand into some modern glory. Lots of alternative magazines. They have what looks like a pretty modern coffee setup. The Mazzocco machines, which we know are the Rolls Royce of coffee machines. I've got myself a flat white this morning. That's my regular go-to. Test it. Oh yeah. That is nice and smooth. Pretty bloody happy with that. Let's get going. This is Casa Toni, traditional tapas place known for their organ meats. You get a lot of different organ meats here, anything from sweetbreads, which is like thyroid glands, anything to like brains. I'm gonna get some pig ears grilled on la plancha, anchovies marinated in vinegar. Apparently that has a specialty here as well. Gonna wash it down with some drinks too. Another day, another Tinto di Verano. Yep. Again, super refreshing and pretty light on alcohol. Olives always seem to be the default starter when you come here in Spain. You don't ask for it, you just get it. This one's also got some pickled onions, so quickly try all these olives. Big green briny Sicilian. More of a calamari. Pickled onion. Oh, big pop of acid flavour. Quite salty inside. It's good, but I'm not going to fill up on these. We got the plate of anchovies. There's vinegar and some more olives on top. You can see they're all cut in half, so they're butterflied. And it looks like they've been drowned in a bit of olive oil too. Briny smell coming out of them. Cannot wait. Seems super fresh. Nice shiny skin on the back too. Oh yeah. Super fresh. You get that strong vinegar taste in the end. So it is really salty too. If you're a big anchovy fan, you're gonna get around this. Wash it down with something sweet. Tons for the pig ears, freshly grilled. So much smokiness coming out of them already. You can see the char marks on some of the pig ears. You can see it looks really like gelatinous. It's almost like a guanciale type texture, which of course, like guanciale is pork cheek, nice and fatty. Pig ears, I expect them to be pretty fatty as well. And it's served with this orange mystery sauce. Not sure what it is. Can't wait to try it. I think they got little pieces of bone in them, so have some crunch. Oh, that's cool. They are super gelatinous and just really fatty, quite easy to chew. And if it was like a bit of bone or cartilage, it's very easy to get through. This is such a unique snack. It's got that full pork flavour, which is so fatty and quite a greedy little treat. I'm gonna dip it in the orange sauce now. It's like a Greek muhammara, so like a tomato-based white sauce, but it works so well with this, just because it's so fatty and then you add a little different savoury texture to it. I really like this. I think this place is so cool. And if I have more stomach, I would also get the sweetbreads as well. Can't do it today, but pig ears are delicious. If you like anchovies, get around them too. I'm at the San Miguel markets on a Monday. The place is starting to get busier now already. It's one of the most popular markets in Madrid. It's been going since the 1800s. It's a little bit more gentrified than I thought it'd be. There's definitely signs where it's a bit older. You can see the brickwork. Feels like slightly touristy, but you know, that's gonna happen when you have all this amazing food around here. People are gonna come. They have a bit of everything at this market. Heaps of alcohol. They've got an Aperol spritz section. In terms of food, everything from pinchos, so like the San Sebastian little bites, lots of tapas, gildo, fried fish, tuna thing, salmon thing, lots of fresh seafood as well. There is no shortage of food, good food at this market. I've started off with two things. First, I've got my vermouth. This apparently is the top selection vermouth. Just wanted something different to the on-tap vermouth I had yesterday. So this one, the fortified sweet wine with a little bit of herb, lemon, ice to warm up the stomach. It is just so drinkable. Slightly sweet, not over the top. At the same store they have gildas. So this here, it's got olives, 2 types of peppers, and it looks like a fresh anchovy. All about fresh anchovies. Oh yeah. Saltiness from that anchovy, it is so fresh. Bit of acidity, the sourness from those chilies. It's a very nice contrast to that sweet vermouth. Went to the tuna shop and they have these, looks like a tuna tartare plate. So you have the tuna tartare in the middle, a little dash of caviar on top, and then on either side you have the nice and fatty tuna belly, and on the side looks like a darker version of the same thing. Tiny forks. I'm gonna try and I think I just gotta skewer it. It might be the best way. There's a lot of flavour to that. I'm not sure if that's straight up just flavoured tuna or there is something a little bit more to it. Next, gonna grab this darker belly piece. We'll get two of them. Interesting. It's like got the same flavour, but it's like a thin texture as well. Prefer the chunks. Last bite here, big fatty tuna belly. Yep. Of course, it's the best part. Lots of white streaks to it, super fatty, more creamy than the rest of the tuna. Definitely the tastiest part. I'm not going to blow my load, got a lot of things to eat today. This is Restaurant La Barraca. This restaurant has been around for 3 generations. They specialize in paella. The owners themselves are from Valencia, which is the origin of paella, so they're using the premium Valencia rice. Today I've got the Valencian paella. It is chicken, rabbit, green beans, and to start off, vermouth, so I get hungry again. Paella has arrived. They've done me a big bloody solid here. Usually you can only get paella for 2 people, but I'm here by myself. Haven't had a paella the entire time I've been in Spain because I'm only one person. I said, what if I just pay for 2 people? And they're like, okay. So here I've got the Valencian paella, the traditional one without any seafood. I believe this and this are the chicken, and then you have the rabbit here and here. It's a little bit softer in the middle, and then towards the end you have the crispy parts. And if you've had clay pot rice before, you know that the crispy edge parts are generally pretty bloody brilliant. Everything on a plate smells absolutely incredible. Big whiff of rosemary, and then the rice is so yellow. They use their bomba rice, which is a short grain rice, soaks up all the flavour. Oh, that is so savoury. I had a piece of rabbit with it too. Could be mistaken for chicken, that's that white meat texture like chicken, but it is really soft as well. Some chicken here. Chicken has a little crispy edge to it, could be a bit softer inside. Crispy edge part. So like a lot of the flavour has gone to the outside of it as well, so it's not super crispy, but with a ton of flavour on the outside edge too. Great spot for paella. That was such a memorable paella. I've never had a paella with the rice that good. It just soaked up all the flavour, so soft. If you want paella in Madrid, La Barraca is the place to go. Now, for a very guilty treat, probably not something you'd expect from me, but I haven't seen this ice cream for 10 years since the last time I was in Spain. It's Toblerone ice cream from any corner store. They've got it everywhere, but I haven't seen it anywhere else in the world except Spain. Oh yeah. I love these ice creams. Been so long. Toblerone, hard to beat as a chocolate, very hard to beat as an ice cream. I've had my siesta and I'm at La Campana. They are the specialists in the bocadillo de calamares, or the calamari sandwich, and this bad boy is massive. Have a look at him. Big, baguette, freshly fried calamari. I asked one of the guys what sauce he likes to put on it. He said go the spicy sauce. So there's spicy sauce on there. He also serves some olives, looks like they need brine and some chili and garlic. And then had to get a beer. This is like a place where you just have beer and smash sandwiches. Big long bit of bread. The bread is a little cold on the outside. The calamari is definitely fresh and hot. You can still feel it. Oh yeah. The calamari batter is so light. You get a nice springy calamari, but it's super soft. And the bread, even though it's hot, doesn't really matter. The calamari is just so good. And the flavors are so simple, you know. And this thing is so cheap. Like this, the beer, I think it will just come with like everywhere in Spain for €5.50. So pretty bloody good. Madrid is pretty budget as a food destination, but if I was absolutely skint, I'd be smashing one of these every day. Just one of the lagers they have on tap there. Very fresh, very tasty. Restaurant de Botin, the world's oldest restaurant, continually going since 1725. This place is a relic, an institution of Madrid. I've just got a couple of things for myself here. First, the waiter said the garlic soup with egg was a nice little way to get going, and the specialty here is their suckling pig. They get these suckling pigs in 3 or 4 times a week. They are wood roasted whole in this fire, which apparently has been burning the entire time this restaurant has existed. And basically everyone's going to get some pig tonight. When you're in Spain, you're going to be eating pork non-stop. Only wine they got by the glass is a red. It's a Tempranillo, strong, heavier, bolder red wine. It's a bit how you're going, but it'll do for tonight. First dish of the night, the garlic soup with egg and ham. Basically, it's kind of like a chunkier soup, and there's like an egg in the middle, tiny yolk on the inside. That is chunky. But it smells so much like garlic. See a little bit of ham right here too. That's really hot in temperature. It is so chunky as it looks. Big garlic taste, and then the savoury taste of the ham as well coming through. Alright, mix that yolk in. It is bloody hard. Alright, finally got myself a chunk. Alright, dip in. Bread is just so hard, even with the soup as well. Main event has arrived. We got the roast suckling pig, the specialty of the house here. Obviously not a whole pig for one person. These piglets are pretty bloody big. We got what looks like a bit of a leg and then maybe part of the body too. So we've got to cut through the skin here. Oh, it's pretty crispy. Got a piece here. The skin is tough to cut through, which is good because it's crackly. But make sure you don't push the meat into the pool of sauce and then spill it all over your shirt. Wafer thin crackling, and then the pig meat is just like so porky. There doesn't seem to be much seasoning on it. Maybe it's just salt. But just doesn't seem like they use a lot of seasoning here. So they're just letting all the juices from all the meats just sort of do the talking there. I think it could use a little bit more, to be fair. Had to to get something sweet to digest all that protein, every single bit of protein from today. On top we've got Belgian chocolate, underneath you've got the Paella flavour that has some salted caramels, pistachio and some other good bits. Finishing the night off with some gelato, definitely a pastime of mine. Oh yeah. So I forgot I got Nutella instead of chocolate, and that is just so much Nutella flavour. Here on top, little chunk of it as well. Seriously creamy gelato. Good start. Next I'm going for the Paella flavour. Oh yeah. And I love the little crunch you get at the end too. Kind of sweet crunch as well. That goes so well with the creamy ice cream. This is a great spot for gelato. Probably gonna come back in tomorrow night as well.
I'm gonna be staying in Madrid for one more day. There's gonna be a few feeds that aren't on in this video. You can find them in my Instagram, in the guide for Madrid, and in my story highlights, and I'll make a few posts on it too. Visit my Instagram and TikTok at @FoodMoodJason. The best thing is, most of these places are all around the central area. So if you're staying near the Plaza Mayor, yes, touristy area, but there are lots of banging feeds around that part. If I had to pick my top 3 places to eat, one is definitely Sala. Modern inventive cooking, mind blown. One of the most unique feeds of my life. Number 2, Casa del Abuelo. Garlic prawns themselves, almost up there with Ramiro and Lisbon. And then those red prawns were just crack. They were an absolute delight. Super thin shell, just simply grilled on la plancha. I loved it. Third thing, probably La Campana. The bocadillo de calamares, or that big calamari sandwich. Very simple, but they just absolutely stacked it with calamari, and so incredibly cheap as well. If I had to go one more, Pez Tortilla. Craft beers, gooey tortilla, croquetas. You knock off a couple of Spanish classics with that, and you get to have some modern beers as well with it too. I'm a big fan of that. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this food series, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button, flick us a like. So there's some feeds that aren't going to make the video, but I promise you they are going to be very special by all accounts. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one, guys. Cheers.